In October 2025, the United States made a bold move, announcing the purchase of 1 million barrels of crude oil to refill its strategic petroleum reserve. Sounds normal, right? But experts say this was no coincidence. It was a signal, a message to the world that America wants to take control of global oil prices again. Meanwhile, U.S. politicians are putting pressure on India and Europe to stop buying cheap Russian oil, cutting Russia's cash flow from energy exports. For Washington, this isn't just about fuel. It's about economic dominance. But Russia isn't backing down. Despite sanctions, Moscow is quietly increasing oil production, using secret trade routes in friendly nations to sell crude outside U.S. control. Even after drone strikes hit Russian refineries, causing local petrol shortages, Putin's government is still pushing more barrels into global markets. Russia's message to the West is clear. You can't stop our oil. You can't stop our power. Now, the result of this energy war? Oil prices are swinging like a roller coaster. Every time the U.S. announces sanctions or reserve purchases, prices go up. Every time Russia finds a new buyer, markets panic again. Countries like Pakistan, India, and across Asia are feeling the heat. Petrol prices are rising, economies are shaking, and all because of a war no one voted for, the oil war of 2025. The truth is, this isn't just about petrol. It's about who controls the world's energy future. America wants to protect the dollar's power. Russia wants to prove it can't be isolated. And ordinary people, they're the ones paying the real price. So next time petrol prices rise, remember, it's not just the market. It's a silent battlefield between two empires. If you want to stay updated on this oil war, hit subscribe because the next move in this game could change the war. It all started when America decided to refill its oil reserves, buying 1 million barrels of crude oil to gain control of the market again. At the same time, Washington began pressuring countries like India and Europe to stop buying cheap Russian oil. This was not about prices, this was about power. Because whoever controls oil controls the world economy. But Russia didn't back off. Putin knew if America controls oil, Russia collapses. So Moscow increased oil exports through hidden trade routes, selling crude to Asia, the Middle East, even Africa, using new currencies instead of dollars. Even after drone strikes damaged Russian refineries, Russia's message was clear. Sanctions can't stop us. And guess what? The world started buying again, secretly but surely. Now, the whole world is paying the price. Petrol prices are rising in Pakistan, India, Europe, and America itself. Transport, food, electricity, everything is getting expensive. This isn't inflation. This is economic warfare. When America buys oil, global prices go up. When Russia sends more oil, markets panic again. And the poor citizen? He just watches fuel prices climb every week, without realizing he's part of a war he never started. Experts warn, this is just the beginning. If the oil war continues, the next crash won't be in stock markets. It'll be in people's lives. Fuel shortages, transport collapses, and a global energy shift. A new world order built not on peace but on petrol power. So next time you fill your tank, remember, you're not just buying fuel. You're funding a silent war. The oil war of 2025 is here. And the question is, who will win? America's dollar or Russia's barrel? Collision. Like, share, and subscribe, because the next price rise will tell us who's really in control. Globe showing Europe, Africa. For decades, the US dollar ruled the world. Every country bought oil in dollars, making America rich and powerful. But after 2022, when sanctions hit Russia, Putin decided to break the system. He told the world, if you want Russian oil, don't pay in dollars, pay in rubles, yuan, or gold. That one move changed everything. In 2025, America made a bold decision. Buy 1 million barrels of crude oil to refill its reserves. But secretly, this was a signal to the markets that Washington will not let the dollar lose its throne. At the same time, the U.S. pressured India, Europe, and Japan to stop trading oil with Russia, warning them that buying in other currencies could destroy global stability. But many countries ignored it. They were tired of paying the price of America's dominance. Behind the scenes, Russia built a new network, selling oil in Chinese yuan, Indian rupees, and Middle Eastern dinars. And slowly, the dollar started to lose ground in the global oil market. Even after drone strikes and production losses, Russia's exports didn't stop, they simply changed direction. Experts are calling this the start of the petro-yuan era. And America? It's watching its biggest weapon, the petrodollar, being challenged. Every nation is now caught in the middle. Oil prices are unstable, currencies are falling, and countries like Pakistan and India are paying more for every drop of fuel. What looks like a petrol crisis is actually a currency war, deciding which nation will rule the world's economy next. So next time you see petrol prices rise, remember it's not just about oil. It's about a battle for global power. Between the American dollar and the Russian barrel, who will win the oil war of 2025? Only time will tell. But one thing's clear, this war won't end at the gas pump. Collision, like, comment and subscribe, because this is not the end of the story, it's just the first round. Fire. It started when the United States announced it would buy 1 million barrels of crude oil to refill its strategic petroleum reserve, the largest oil storage in the world. That move instantly shook global markets, because when the US starts buying, prices rise everywhere. Analysts say Washington's goal isn't just energy security, it's to regain dominance in the oil market after Russia's growing influence. Meanwhile, Russia is quietly increasing production. Even after drone attacks damaged several refineries, Moscow is pumping more oil into the market, selling through secret routes and new allies. Putin's strategy: flood the market, weaken US control, and prove Russia can't be isolated. Each time Russia sells cheap oil, Western sanctions lose power. But these moves are crashing the global system. Europe is facing record-high fuel costs. Asia's markets are struggling to keep up with demand, and developing countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka are watching their fuel bills double. Airlines are increasing ticket prices, food transport is costlier, and inflation is exploding worldwide. This isn't just an oil war. It's a chain reaction that's shaking every economy. Experts say this war isn't just about energy, it's about geopolitical control. The US wants to keep the petrodollar system alive, where every oil deal uses dollars. Russia, backed by China, wants to end that dominance, selling oil in yuan and rubles instead. If that happens, the global financial balance will flip forever. So the next time petrol prices rise, remember, it's not your local government's fault. It's the world's biggest economic chess game, played between Washington and Moscow. The oil war of 2025 isn't over. It's just getting started. Who will win, the dollar or the barrel? Collision. Subscribe for the next update, because the next fuel shock could change your country's future. Warning. It started quietly, when the United States began refilling its strategic petroleum reserve, buying 1 million barrels of oil. Publicly, it looked like a normal move. But secretly, it was a signal. America was preparing for an energy standoff with Russia, because control over oil means control over nations. While America played in the open, Russia went underground. Putin's government built a shadow network of oil sales, sending crude to Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Not in dollars but in yuan, rupees, and even crypto payments. Oil tankers with hidden flags, fake companies in Dubai, and secret routes through friendly countries. This became Russia's energy weapon. Every barrel sold outside the dollar system was a bullet fired at America's financial power. Soon the ripple effects hit the whole world. Europe faced energy shortages. Asian countries fought over supply contracts. And developing nations like Pakistan and India saw prices jump overnight. Fuel, gas, electricity, everything got expensive. Meanwhile, politicians stayed silent, because even they were tied in these secret oil deals. This is not just about petrol. It's about who controls the future economy of the planet. Behind closed doors, global powers are redrawing the energy map. America is offering allies cheap fuel to stay loyal. Russia is trading oil for weapons and technology. And China? It's buying everything, waiting for the perfect moment to take control of global energy prices. Every deal signed in silence today will decide who rules the next 50 years of the world. The truth is, this oil war is no longer just between the US and Russia. It's a worldwide game of control, where every drop of fuel has a political price. The question is, when the truth comes out, which side will your country stand on?